Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies, and we start with... It's Bob.
Sorry?
It's you, Bob.
It's apple pie tonight.
Is it? Since Friday, then?
Yes.
Following advice from Chris Rea, I always crack an egg into my bath. I've done for 22 years.
We should say, for any of the younger viewers, some of my fans, who Chris Rea was a very popular singer.
When did Chris Rea give you this advice, and in what context?
I was making a single for Middlesbrough Football Club's FA Cup appearance called Let's Dance, which I did with Chris Rea. And after we'd completed the recording, he popped me into the bath, and there was an egg. It's an egg in it.
He popped you into the bath. He said, it's been a long day, you must be very tired. Yeah. I'll just pop you into the bath. Yeah. So where was this bath? Was it at the recording studio?
It's on a little island in the middle of the Thames. It's as Rare's recording studio is.
So you've been recording, presumably, in a room without a bath?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you finish the recording, everyone's very happy with the track.
Yep.
And he says, Bob, you look tired. Maybe your joints are aching. This way.
No, it's not exactly like that. He says, that's it, Bob. I think we've got that leg. That's your bedroom, that's your bath. I've popped an egg in there for you.
Is he Geordie?
Yeah.
He's like where I'm from, Middlesbrough.
Right.
But he's much more Middlesbrough than me, like.
And why would he put an egg in your bath? What was the thinking behind it?
I've never found out.
You've done it ever since.
All I know is that I woke up the next morning and I have never felt so alive.
Was the egg still in its shell, floating, or had he gone...
No, the white had dissipated. Does that work?
Yeah.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's non-greasy, which is a boon, isn't it?
Is it non-greasy?
Yeah, honestly.
It's less greasy
Absolutely.
than water without egg in it?
Do you have to mix it up, or do you just crack it and let it float?
Do you know what? You get in the bath, even in the bath where I am now, and you get in and you really don't want to burst the yolk. So the white goes, but the yolk's there, and you move like that, and you try and get it to come towards like that. And I don't know why, but you just do.
Have you ever had it get in your mouth?
You get it like that. And then you get the yolk, and I use it for hair conditioner.
Really?
I don't have much hair, but to condition the hair on my skin.
So, going back to the original occasion, Chris Rea had already run you a bath.
Yes.
I forgot about that detail.
If you knew Chris, it's just so Chris. Yeah. Do you know, the other thing is a couple of weeks later, he sent me a gold doily.
Right. To dry yourself off?
I don't know. But so, I'm just saying, these things are just so Chris.
Do you think that the way Bob describes what happened to the egg white... Is that... He says it just dissipates. Is that plausible?
If your bath is hot, then you're going to have a poached white.
I'd have thought the white would turn white. And
Well, no. How hot is your bath? Your bath is hot enough that an egg could poach
Well, I
you.
don't know. Your claim is that it dissipates. I'm asking my team whether we believe that it would dissipate. Because if, for example, at the temperature of a bath, say 39 degrees Celsius, the white would turn opaque, then your story doesn't check out.
Agreed.
Yeah,
absolutely agreed.
I think...
What do you think, David?
I think it's fair to say that if anyone else had made this allegation about Chris Rea and an egg in their bath, we wouldn't be giving it a moment's consideration. Somehow, coming from Bob, it might be true.
It's true.
I think...
You think it's...
I think it's true, because he's been about a bit, Bob.
No.
I think the white would poach.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the egg is the
the
important
chemical
part.
analysis of the behaviour of the albumin.
David, honestly, one thing, please don't base it on the albumin whitening. It does not happen. It does not. I can't have a bath at 80+ degrees. That's what 30
Is that the temperature at which an egg white will
80 it'll start at about 80, yeah. Honestly, please don't base it on that.
What should I base it on, Bob?
George...
What are you going to say?
Instinctively, I believe it. We're going to go true.
You're saying true? OK, so, Bob, Chris Rea, eggs, baths, is it the truth or is it a lie?
This is awful.
I was telling a lie.
Of course it's a lie! He said Chris Rea put an egg in his bath! Of course it's a lie! It's obviously a lie! Who could possibly believe that? It'd be more likely that someone was stuck in a car wash for 3 hours.
Yes, it's a lie. Bob doesn't crack an egg into his bath following advice from Chris Rea.
Not a lot of people know this.
Which is handy for this game.
Including me. But I am a qualified dog masseur.
David.
OK, first of all, when it comes to dog massage, what is the qualification structure?
I've got a B-Tech.
A B-Tech in dog massage. And what was the process of obtaining that?
I went to my local further education college. I admit this was for a television programme.
OK.
Right? I did what was been a 9-month B-Tech, and I did it in 3 months.
What was the television programme?
It was well, it didn't happen.
You don't tell them it's not true.
No, I mean the TV.
Oh, the thing! I thought he was just giving up. I think he's just going, oh, no, it didn't happen. Oh, no, I just had to read this card out. I know it happened.
The television programme never came to fruition.
How do you massage a dog? Talk us through it.
Well, thank you for that, firstly. It depends, obviously, what breed it is.
Alsatian.
An Alsatian, is it tattooed or just plain?
Plain.
Plain. Tattooed. Since the advent of the devil dogs and that, the Alsatian's lost a lot of its clout, hasn't it? But some of them get tattooed now to up their street, you know. But the owners do it. Oh, this should be so simple.
If it's not true, Bob, you've made it really tricky for yourself. How do you massage a dog? It depends if it's got tattoos.
I was just making... I was using that silly idea to illustrate that the first thing you'd have to do is assess the temperament
Every dog is
of the
different.
dog.
Yeah.
If the dog has a gentle, kind soul to it, you should and must start on the neck, at the nape of the neck, move round to the shoulders. The shoulders. If it's a bit testy...
A bit frisky.
Do you know, like a little snappy poodle, something like that? You start on its haunches, because it's weird, you might find this with your cats as well. The way...
That's a separate course, surely. The first thing they say in the cat massage B-Tech. Now, just because you may have a dog massage B-Tech, you probably think you know your way around a cat.
When you're administering your skills,
yes,
where is the dog? Is it on the floor? Where is it typically?
A massage table, it's wiped down, of course.
With a hole for its face.
Can I just say, this is very disrespectful, the way that you're all carrying on to the... to the B-Tech, to the people who run the B-Tech courses.
Have you got a dog?
No, I haven't.
He's not allowed to keep him.
He's barred. The first dog I did it was a golden retriever.
Yeah.
Golden fish.
You just separate their back paw You encourage them onto the side. You separate their back, their fingers. I know terminology is not great. Yeah.
Why would you know the terminology of... it was only a 3-month rush speed test. So knowing things like, the name for a dog's foot, that's advanced stuff.
And you can drain their equivalent of the lymph system as well.
Wow.
You can drain their lymph system. How?
How? Their lymph system, their lymph system is under their arm. I'm not wrong, I know it's not. Is it an arm?
It's a leg. Well, they've got 4 legs, dogs. They're famous, they've got 4 legs and no arms.
Never mind complicated stuff like the arms and legs. Let's go back to the basics of the lymphatic system.
So, David, which way is your team leaning here?
Oh, I don't know.
It could be very true, but...
The thing is, I really...
The poor thing...
Do you think it's true?
No, it's a lie. It's got to be a lie.
True?
It's a lie.
Well, I think we think it's a lie.
What are you basing that on?
Well, I'm basing it on the fact that
The old...
3-month BTEC for a programme that might not happen.
Yeah.
And also, you don't seem to know much about dog
You
massa.
haven't asked me anything.
I think we have asked you questions. This is the longest conversation about rubbing a dog I've ever had.
Let's go lie.
OK, we'll go lie.
You think it's a lie?
I don't think you've thought enough about this. Sorry, but I didn't.
Right, Bob, they are saying that it is a lie. Were you telling the truth, or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a lie. I once helped Damon Hill to Grand Prix success by presenting him with a pre-race snack.
David's team.
Well, it certainly tripped off the tongue.
Thank you.
What was the snack?
A Scotch egg.
And is there a definite correlation between him eating that Scotch egg and him being successful?
He felt that the Scotch egg had helped him succeed in the race. He told me so.
Is Damon Hill a close friend, Bob?
No.
Then why were you giving him foodstuff?
Well, I'd been invited to the Grand Prix.
Which Grand Prix?
The British.
In which year?
Think.
1996, David, but I'm not willing to exclude 4 years either side of that. Put it this way, it was definitely one of the decades.
Do you like racing, then?
No, I'm not a Formula One fan.
Right.
I probably prefer soil science.
OK. Who was he driving for?
He was driving for a company that had very fast company cars.
So, why were you permitted access to a major racing driver?
Because his manager, Shane Tobacco... I can't remember his name.
Can't remember his name.
Shane, or whoever it was also with another bloke, benefiting from hospitality.
What was his name?
Let's say Top Heavy Ken. Right. But I remember we went upstairs on the bus. Damon was there. He had a bed in there.
Like a sort of Winnebago.
Yeah. And it had, mugs with I love cars, I love handbrakes, I love headrests.
And this is the day of the race.
David, this is just like an hour and a half before the race.
An hour and a half before the race. You've turned up an hour and a half early, because even though you're more into soil science, you want to soak up the atmosphere with a good hour and a half of waiting before the televised traffic begins.
Yes.
So you turn up. The last thing Damon needs before a race is any quiet time. He just wants a bit of hubbub on his bus. Were there any other people there apart from you and Shane and Damon?
I was with my wife as well, yeah.
OK.
And...
Top Heavy Ken.
So me and the wife went up. I think when you go to someone's home or their Winnebago or whatever, you should... Do you know, like, if you're going to a dinner party at someone's house, you'll always take them a bottle of vinegar, yeah?
So your gift to thank him for the hospitality was a Scotch egg?
No. I call it pocket meat. Whenever I'm away from the house, I have pocket meat.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I have like a chicken leg or pork pie. And I thought, I've got some pocket meat. It was a Scotch egg in its cellophane. And I said, Damon, we all know that if you pop a sausage roll in an American's pocket, it brings him good luck. I said, maybe a Scotch egg would work for a British fella like you. And I gave it to him.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, very much.
What, that if you put meat in an American's pocket...
Processed meat.
Have you ever heard of that?
Not really, no.
No.
It's all been a bit of a lot of talking. I've quite forgotten the original bit of the story. Did he eat said Scotch egg before the race?
I'll never know, Samantha, but after the race, he said that he took the Scotch egg round with him. He swore he did.
In the car?
I don't know whether he put it in the glove box on the passenger seat. Whether he ate it.
But, Rob, you're not claiming that he ate the egg.
All I'll say is that when I was watching, when Damon went past, in his tailwind, a person next to me said, Damon's tailwind smelt really meggy, which of course is meat and egg. Meat and egg.
So what are we thinking, Sam?
Do you know what? Sometimes stories are so mad that they've got to be true.
What I would say here is be wary when it comes to Bob.
Oh, OK.
Do you remember, David, that I think it was the last time Bob was with us, he told us Chris Rea told him to put an egg into his bath.
I can't even remember. Was that true?
No.
But you believed it was true?
Yes.
Miles, what are you thinking?
Well, I think that you're sort of somewhat cynically using this as an opportunity to tout your kind of charms. And you're hoping to kind of drum up work, and then your agent's going to get lots of phone calls saying, oh, would Bob Mortimer be able to sort of slip Gareth Bale a pasty and stuff like this? I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? But you think it's true?
I'm on the fence.
Oh, dear.
This is a horrible situation. I don't know. My instinct is it's a lie.
You're saying lie? OK, yeah. Bob Mortimer. A lucky Scotch egg for Damon Hill at the British Grand Prix. Truth or lie?
I was telling the truth.
He's done it again.
It is an impossible situation. One egg thing's true, the other egg thing... How can I have disbelieved the wrong egg thing? So obviously what they'd make up some random thing about an egg and a long-departed 90s celebrity.
Is he dead?
He's not...
No, he's not dead. He's just... You never hear from him. What does Damon Hill do now? He's probably into soil science.
Right. I recently had to charm a spider out of my shoe by tooting a flute at it.
David's team.
So, where were you?
I was at home.
So was this spider a normal British domestic spider?
Yes.
How big was it, Bob?
It's black, but it's not what...
And what colour was it?
It's not the ones that have got a little body and big, long legs.
Sorry, it wasn't the type with a small body and long legs?
No.
What type was it?
Well, you can work the rest out yourself, surely. Yeah. Big body, small legs.
Yeah.
Was this a gerbil?
No, that's a bird.
If it were doing a gerbil, I'd have used a lute. Honestly. It's actually just a very everyday situation. My wife doesn't like spiders, very scared of them, and it's kind of my job to get rid of spiders. I don't like them either. I'm not going to use my hands or whatever.
No, you wouldn't.
Can you mime the blow moment?
Don't fall for this.
Sorry?
He gets me with this every week. Don't fall for it, Bob. I've got just the thing for you if you haven't got a flute. Close your eyes. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it.
Did you blow it into the shoe?
Yes, I blew down the flute to bring it out into the heel area. These were a kind of snakeskin elastic slipper.
Yeah.
I brought up just under the windowsill, above where the cat litter is.
Yeah.
I put them there, because I wanted to get that height, and it didn't
So
come out.
you
I
moved
tapped it.
the moved the slipper with the spider in it.
I moved it facing the cupboard where I keep the plates. It's got little holes in it. And the spider emerged.
So the spider emerged, but didn't leave the shoe or slipper?
No, didn't leave
Did the slipper? Didn't
no,
leave the slipper?
just-
Had a look around, went back in.
Well,
So you were no better off, were you?
No, I didn't feel like I was better off, but at least I'd found out that we owned a flute as a family.
If I was scared of spiders, I wouldn't go anywhere near that slipper. I'd just leave it. I would just let
I'm not that scared.
Are you not? Scale of 1 to 10?
I'm ginger about them.
OK.
Ginger.
Is that right? Ginger, is that a word?
It is, yeah,
That's a word.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure it's the correct word in that situation.
It's like you pick something up gingerly.
Gingerly.
It's not. It doesn't just mean the flavour ginger. A ginger nut is not just a biscuit. It could be a tentative testicle.
Do you now know who the flute belongs to?
Yes, of course, it was my son's flute.
Your son, is he a flautist?
No. We hoped he would be, but he could never find the flute.
Well, what are you thinking?
Well, what I'm confused by is that if you fear spiders...
I do a bit.
...and you believe that there's a spider in this shoe, I think you would be afraid to move the shoe.
Yes. Not at all.
I also think you would have worried about, as you go to take the breath to blow it, you accidentally breathe in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to breathe in to breathe out.
Michael, which way are you leaning?
It sounds too much like the surreal world of Bob Mortimer to be actually the truth. I think it's a lie.
It's a lie? Do you think it's a lie?
Yeah. No, nobody in the world owns a flute, really, do they?
We think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Bob, truth or lie?
It was a lie.
It's Bob.
I have a possession.
Ah, there's a box. Take the item out of the box. That's it. Pop it there, and then read the card thus.
This is the cushion that I used to carry my pet owl around on. I would have brought the owl, but he escaped last week.
Dave's team, what do you think?
What kind of an owl was it?
Oh, yeah.
Tawny.
Yeah.
Tawny's perch on branches.
Yeah.
So how did you get it to perch on a big, flat, soft cushion?
Oh, Steve, it's so good to have you here.
How did I? Is there a problem here, Steve? Here are the talon marks. I have a rare breeds farm near me, and they had to get rid of a tawny owl that was injured. It couldn't use its wings, and I shouldn't use the words, it couldn't use its bottom. For doing what? For poo-pooing.
What did it use?
So, as a trustee of the organisation, because it's just down the road from me, in Warehorn, I agreed to have... I agreed that I would look after it. It actually had what you would call a colostomy bag.
We wouldn't call it that.
No, you would.
We'd call it a colostomy bag.
Have I said it right?
Yeah, we wouldn't have picked it up, but you did specifically say that's what we would have called it. And I thought I'd better address this because we really wouldn't.
Steve, is an owl's colostomy bag called a colostomy bag?
Yes, it is.
You wouldn't really need it because the majority of kind of solid faecal matter with an owl comes out of its mouth.
Yeah. No, we're dealing with a very sick owl. No, I'm sorry, I sound aggressive there, but I can see... No, he's escaped now, and I can see his little face. We were given a pipette with what was owl nourishment.
So you had to feed it
with a pipette.
Pipette.
Yes.
And how did it stand on the cushion if, as Steve says, it needs a perch?
It
was fine, just sort of
I've clearly not made it clear. This is an incredibly sick bird. You can't judge it,
so is it
by the normal tone. This is just a lump of meat and feathers. There's just hanging on in there.
But the thing still escapes.
Yes, it escapes. Actually, I suspect it was killed by my cats.
Why did this owl sanctuary, when it has a sick owl, why didn't it look after the owl itself rather than give it to a local celebrity?
Because I have
The cushion and cats.
I'm very closely associated with it.
Sorry, my client would like a minute.
You had clearly said to them you were going to nurse it back to health.
No, that was never going to happen.
It's palliative care.
No, it's palliative care.
Palliative care.
It was
Palliative care for the owl.
A hospice for the owl.
For the owl.
And we had some decent times.
Did he have a name, this owl?
We called it.
Did you? You called it.
So you're upset, Bob. I can tell. If you need a minute, it's okay. But what did you call it?
Sorry?
What did you call it?
What did we call the owl?
Yeah.
Well, we called him Mavis.
Bob, what did you feed it with the pipette?
It was described to me as owl nourishment. Everything.
You just take bowls and put them in a liquidizer.
Steve, I can't impress on you. The most you got out of it. It's just a lift and lid.
It wasn't perched and it was reclined on the cushion. That was its. That's its. That was its deathbed.
Yeah. We'd have like a broomstick or something and just hold it.
And what have you told the owl sanctuary? What have you told them? Because they must have been upset.
No, I've told them he's passed away, yeah.
And they said, well, that's fine. We knew Mavis was going to die soon. That's why we gave him or her to you, a comedian who lives locally, to keep on a cushion in the same room as some cats.
So my client would like to change his plea.
This isn't sounding...
You're a trustee, did you say, of this charity?
Yes, it's a rare breeds farm in Warehorn. Does family days. Sadly, I haven't got an owl at the moment.
So, David, what are you thinking? Is this true?
No, this isn't true.
I think you made all that up.
I just don't believe they would let him bring a dying, tawny owl home.
No, I don't think so. I think we're saying it's a lie.
I think you are.
But and I think that's the Rare Breed Centre probably needs to look at its working practices if it happens to be true. But
OK, Bob, truth or lie?
I was telling a lie. For 5 days, I pushed my cat around in a pram because it had sprained 3 of its ankles.
David's team.
OK, the 2 key questions here. How did it sprain 3 of its ankles, and why was it necessary for it to be so mobile during its recovery period?
OK, I'll address those. One of my children, my eldest boy, didn't throw a tyre at it, but threw a car tyre, and it hit the cat.
He threw the tyre recreationally, and the cat got in the way. How did one ankle survive?
Luckily, he was scratching his head at the time.
OK, so the tyre hits the cat.
Yes.
75% of the cat's ankles are, did you say sprained?
Well, they were bruised, and we were told that he mustn't walk.
So you were told he mustn't walk, but he needed still to travel.
Of course he did, yes. It was my younger boy's buggy we put him in.
Right.
Because you could strap him in.
You could strap the cat into the buggy?
Yeah.
How did you strap the cat into the buggy?
Using the straps, and the only journey he had to make was to the litter tray. So we just used to take him from the front room round to the litter tray.
Strap him in. Strap him in.
Tip him in.
Why didn't you just carry him?
No, because he had these bandages round his legs, but he would insist on trying to walk, which we knew would make his ankles worse.
You couldn't stop him walking, but he would consent to be strapped into a buggy.
It's not really. When it comes to pets, it's not really a matter of consent, David.
Never use the phrase, when it comes to pets, it's not a matter of consent. You can get into all sorts of problems with that one.
Tell us more about this cat. What was its name?
Its name was Gudmundsson. It was a...
What?
Never ask Bob the name of anything in the story, and we learned nothing.
His name's Gudmundsson.
Gudmundsson. Monson as in the word monsoon with an O missing.
Yes. Good Monson. His name's Good Monson. He's a tabby Oriental.
Why Good Monson? Why?
My youngest son named him Good Monson.
All right, David, what are you thinking?
What do you think?
Oh, he's lying.
You think he's lying?
Yep, lying.
You think he's... Well, this is a superb moment. I have unanimity from the team, so let's say...
Saying it's a lie.
We'll say it's a lie.
Bob Goodmonson, truth or lie?
I am telling a lie.
Oh, superb!